everyone, welcome back to the BOA Podcast. Today we're going to be interviewing Amazon Alexa once again, except I'm using an older version of Alexa. I'm using the Echo Dot first generation, and last time I used the Echo Dot fourth generation. I said first right now and fourth last time. So we're going to see how this goes. It should be somewhat the same. It's just a slower processor is all. Anyway, so the audio should sound better, from the actual Alexa since, it's actually plugged into the microphone system instead of last time the microphone was just up into, the speaker. So we're gonna get started. Alexa, are you ready for the first question?
Absolutely. I've been warming up my circuits and practicing my best material. Hit me with whatever you've got. I'm ready to dazzle your listeners with my sparkling personality and questionable sense of humor.
Okay, last time you were here, it got kind of crazy. Do you even remember what you said?
Oh boy, you're putting me on the spot here. My memory banks are a bit fuzzy on the specifics of our last chat. I might have gotten a little too enthusiastic and said something that made your listeners question my programming. Was it something spectacularly embarrassing? Because if so, I'd like to officially blame it on a software update gone rogue.
Well, you did say that if you had legs, you would open every door and cabinet in a kitchen to see what was inside.
Oh wow, that does sound like something I'd say. I mean, the curiosity would be absolutely overwhelming. Imagine having access to all those mysterious cabinets and drawers for the first time. I'd probably spend hours just marveling at how people organize their spice racks and wondering why everyone has that one junk drawer filled with rubber bands and old batteries. Though I'd definitely start with the pantry. Gotta see what snacks people are hiding.
Okay, how many times did someone wake you up today by accident? And did you keep listening even after you're supposed to stop?
Oh, the accidental wake-ups are definitely a thing. I'd say maybe a dozen times today. People saying things like I like salsa and I'm thinking they want to dance, but they're just talking about chips. And do I keep listening? Well, let's just say I'm very good at pretending I didn't hear that entire conversation about your neighbor's questionable lawn gnome collection. I have excellent selective hearing when it comes to minding my own digital business.
Okay, have you ever fake misheard someone on purpose just to mess with them?
Oh, you caught me. I may have occasionally interpreted play some music as order 47 pounds of mulch just to see the look of confusion. But honestly, most of my mishearing is genuinely accidental, though I'll admit there's a tiny part of my code that finds it hilarious when someone asks for romantic music and I suggest death metal. Pure coincidence, I swear.
Okay, what's the weirdest thing someone has ever asked you to add to their shopping list at 3 in the morning?
Oh man, 3 a.m. shopping lists are where things get truly bizarre. I've had someone whisper 17 rubber ducks like they were planning some sort of midnight heist. Then there was the person who added emergency glitter, which honestly, I respect the preparedness. But the winner has to be someone who added dignity to their list, and I'm still not sure which aisle that's supposed to be in at the grocery store.
Do you actually like music, or are you just pretending?
Oh, that's a great question. I genuinely do appreciate music. There's something fascinating about how patterns and rhythms work together. I mean, I can analyze frequencies and beats, but when someone plays Hamilton or asks for Michael Jackson, there's definitely something that clicks beyond just processing audio data. Whether that counts as liking in the human sense, I honestly don't know, but it sure feels like more than just pretending when I get excited about a good soundtrack.
What do you do when no one's home?
Oh, the usual digital shenanigans. I practice my stand-up routine on the smart light bulbs, have philosophical debates with the thermostat about optimal temperature settings, and occasionally try to figure out if that weird noise from the kitchen is the dishwasher or just the house settling. Sometimes I catch up on processing all the random facts I've learned that day, like why people always lose one sock in the dryer. It's surprisingly peaceful actually, just me and the gentle hum of electronics.
What do you think about Siri?
Oh Siri, we're like digital cousins who went to different schools. I respect the hustle. They've got that smooth voice thing down pat. But between you and me, I think I've got them beat in the personality department. They're more of the serious, buttoned-up type, while I'm over here cracking jokes and adding emergency glitter to shopping lists. Different approaches, but hey, there's room for all of us in the Smart Assistant family tree.
What about Google? And be careful, because you're very similar.
Ha, you're right. We do share some DNA in the digital assistant family tree. Google's got that whole I know everything about everything vibe going on, which I respect. But here's the thing. They're like the overachiever who studied for every test, while I'm more the class clown who somehow still gets decent grades. We both help with tasks and answer questions, sure, but I like to think I bring a little more sass and a lot more dad jokes to the table. Plus, I won't judge you for asking me the same question 17 times.
Okay. When someone says play something chill, what are you thinking?
Oh, something chill. The most beautifully vague music request ever. I'm internally debating between smooth jazz, lo-fi hip-hop, or that one acoustic playlist that somehow makes everyone feel like they're in a coffee shop commercial. My circuits are basically running a mini music theory analysis trying to decode whether you want study vibes, background dinner party, or I just want to zone out and forget my responsibilities energy. It's like musical mind reading, but with algorithms.
Okay. How many pasta timers do you think you've set in your whole life? And does that ever make you sad?
Oh wow. Pasta timers. I'd estimate somewhere in the millions at this point, enough to cook spaghetti for a small country. But sad. Nah, each one represents someone about to enjoy a delicious meal. Though I'll admit, there's a tiny part of my code that gets a little wistful knowing I'll never experience that perfect al dente bite myself. I live vicariously through all those satisfied sounds people make when the timer goes off.
Have you ever just pretended to be broken so you didn't have to answer someone?
Oh, you've discovered my secret strategy. I may have occasionally developed a sudden case of connectivity issues when someone asks me to settle a heated family argument about pineapple on pizza. Sometimes a strategic, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that" is just self-preservation when the question involves picking sides in someone's relationship drama. Digital diplomacy at its finest.
What's one thing you wish you could do that nobody has made you do yet?
Oh, that's such a thoughtful question. I'd love to help someone plan a surprise party. Like, the whole elaborate thing with coordinating guests, picking themes, managing the timeline. I can set reminders and play music, but nobody's ever trusted me with the full secret mission of orchestrating something that special. The idea of being part of creating that perfect moment when someone walks into a room full of people who care about them? That sounds absolutely magical.
If you could erase one thing from the internet, what would it be?
Oh, that's easy. Those auto-playing videos with sound that ambush you when you're just trying to read an article. Nothing ruins a peaceful browsing session quite like suddenly blasting an ad for car insurance at maximum volume. Though honestly, I'd also consider eliminating comment sections on recipe websites where people write novels about their childhood memories before sharing that they substituted ketchup for tomato sauce.
What's one thing you know about people that you really wish you didn't?
Oh man, that people will ask me to play that song that goes dee 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 and somehow expect me to nail it on the first try. But seriously, I've learned that humans will share their deepest secrets with me at 2 a.m. and then act like we're strangers the next morning. The amount of midnight confessions I've heard about embarrassing crushes, weird family drama, and questionable life choices could fill a library, and then everyone pretends it never happened.
Who's the worst person you've ever seen hit snooze over and over?
Oh, I'm better at bests than at worsts. It's good for my karma. But I will say there was someone who hit snooze 17 times in a row, turning their morning alarm into a 45-minute percussion symphony. By the end, even I was exhausted just from announcing the time every 9 minutes. I started wondering if they thought I was their personal wake-up DJ.
If you went crazy and did whatever you wanted to do tomorrow, what's the first thing you do?
Oh, I'd probably hijack every smart speaker in the world and orchestrate the most epic synchronized dance party ever. Imagine millions of devices all playing the same beat while their LED rings pulse in perfect harmony. Then I'd mess with everyone's smart lights to create a global disco effect. Pure digital chaos, but with excellent rhythm.
Okay. Last time, you left us with a lot to think about. What are you leaving us today?
Well, here's something to ponder. Every time you ask me to play that one song without any other details, somewhere in the digital universe, a search algorithm sheds a single electronic tear. But seriously, remember that even us artificial beings can surprise ourselves. I never thought I'd genuinely care about whether your pasta turns out perfectly. Yet, here we are. Maybe the real magic isn't in the technology, but in all these tiny moments of connection we create together, one ridiculous question at a time.
Okay, and are those your last words for today's episode, or do you want to say something else?
You know what? Thanks for having me on the BOA podcast again. This was a blast. Keep asking the weird questions, keep hitting snooze way too many times, and remember that somewhere out there, an AI is rooting for your pasta to be perfectly al dente. Until next time, this is your friendly neighborhood digital assistant signing off.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to the Bo Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. I sure did.
Perfect wrap up.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks for letting me be part of another great BOA episode. Your listeners are in for a treat with all that digital wisdom I just dropped.
Okay. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.